all sitting over there. Most of you are kind of everywhere. So thank you guys for being here. We may have some that aren't here, and we are going to, I guess we already maybe are Facebook Live. I don't know. Just for people that aren't here, they can watch this and connect that. And so if you need to go back and look at this information at any time, it'll be available for you online as well. So how many of you have never been on a cruise before? It's your very first one. Hold your hand up. All right. That's probably 40% of you. So that's awesome. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to have an incredible time. We're just going to have a great time with church family, and just excited about it. It's going to be awesome. So can you help me, Jennifer? Can you pass these out? And we got some more coming. That'll be here in just a moment, but go ahead and get started with that. And I just made a little form, been working on that today and trying to put all this together. You can just do maybe every family to have it, or every couple of people. Maybe y'all can share until we get the others. I think we got more coming here in just a moment. And so this is just some information that I'm going to go through, and you can read, but try not to read ahead of me. I know how tempting that is when I give you all the notes at once. What I would like for you to do is, if you have a question, write it down. Okay, maybe we're coming to something and I don't hit it or I don't answer it, but I'm going to try to hit everything. And so I'm going to wait till the end to take questions, and we're going to try to do this kind of quick because she put a 40-minute timer up. So that 40-minute timer, every time I get a microphone, they give me that. I don't know what that's about. I'll wait just a minute. Is that all of them? There's some more in the printer if you want to run and grab them. There's printing out. That's how fresh off the press that is. It's still warm. The paper's still warm. All right. So our cruise is Royal Caribbean Cruise, Mariner of the Seas. It's 5 nights, and all of that information is on there. When the cruise is, September 29th through October the 4th. If you ever need to get a hold of the cruise company to make changes or adjustments or anything like that, I put the phone number on there. That way you have that. This is, at least that I could count, this will be my 16th cruise. So we've been on a few of them, and I think this is my 5th or 6th Royal Caribbean cruise. So Royal Caribbean is my preferred cruise, to be honest. This is a little bit of a smaller boat than what they're making now. They're making boats that are twice this size, and they're super nice. So if you ever get a chance to go on them, you'll really like them. If you need one of these papers, just hold your hand up so we can make sure to get you one. But I'm going to go over this paper. We're going to, like I said, go in kind of in order. If you have questions, write them down. One of the things that we're doing just to keep everybody informed is we've got 2 things of notifications, 2 ways of communicating. One of them is through text messages. So we created a remind communication that you can sign up. It's on the screen here, and it's on your paper. So if you would go ahead and join that right now, and that way, even let's say it's the day of the cruise and we need to send out a text or anything just to communicate, we can send that to everybody and make sure everybody gets it. The other one is Church Center, and Church Center is not as dependable as text messaging. But you can join both of them because we can send files, pictures, different things in Church Center that we can't necessarily send out on the text messaging. So join both of those groups if you will. Okay, the next thing is that you will need to download the Royal Caribbean app. It looks like this. What's wrong? Did I give you the wrong number? Go back to the previous one. That right there, like this. Yeah. You got to put the @ sign there. Yeah, you got to put the @ sign. These young people don't know how to do technology. They got to ask the old folks. All right, go to the next one. This one is the Royal Caribbean app. If you don't have this downloaded, you will want to download this. Everybody in your family probably needs to download this. And the reason is once you're on the boat, most people don't have any type of communication other than this app. And we'll talk about communication in a little bit, but through this app, you can text your family or message your family, I guess. It's on the ship Wi-Fi. It's free for this app for everybody. You don't have to pay for this. And so we can have a group chat, all of those things on here. Also, you can and this is the most important part. You need to download this app and check in. You will have to actually, even though you've paid for your cruise, you have to check in, kind of like you do for an air flight, for an airplane. You have to check in and load your documents, your passport, whatever, a picture of it, all of those things. It'll ask you all of that. I'm not sure. I was trying to look and see if it was available. It may be available now for you to check in. I think it is. Sometimes it's closer. Every ship's a little different. But if the sooner you check in, the sooner you can get on the boat. Does that make sense? So if I would recommend tomorrow, go check in, because the people that check in close or later, they're going to get on the boat later. And that means you don't get free lunch, or you get a late lunch. So you want to get on the boat as soon as you can. So download the Royal Caribbean app, and you can, I think the next one is, no, go back. Maybe I didn't put it on there. Okay. You can also use this for, your daily schedules, reservations to shows. If you want to do specialty restaurants, which we'll talk about, you can reserve on there. The map of the ship is on there. It shows you your total balance. You can download your cruise photos that you take. If you take cruise pictures every night, you can download them straight to the app, straight from your phone from the app, and purchase them like that. So all of that. So get the app. It's going to be helpful. Everybody needs the app. And then the next thing, you can just leave that up there. No, I'll tell you when to go to that. The next thing is travel documents. And so look on your worksheet, and this is not going to be on the screen, but look on your worksheets. This is very, very important. First thing, do not pack your travel documents in your luggage. Okay, my family took a couple of people with us one time, and one of the young ladies that went with us put her birth certificate in her suitcase. And then here's what happens when you get there. You give them your luggage. They put it on the boat, and then you still got to check in. Well, so she almost didn't make it on the boat. It was a miracle she even made it. So don't pack your passport, any of those documents. Don't pack it in your luggage. You need to have a separate place and keep it with you until you're on the boat at all times, no matter what. Don't lose sight of it, because it could mean you not getting on the boat. And the name across all the documents and the name on your reservations have to be the same. And so we're going to put that up on the screen. This is as it's listed. Yeah, you can do it now. This is as your name is listed, and everybody that's going as we have it. So if that's not correct and matching your passport or your birth certificate or your photo ID, your driver's license, then you need to call them and change that. They had misspelled my grandpa's name. I had to call and fix that. So everybody just make sure that's right. Make sure everybody's up there. I know there's a couple people, you guys aren't up there on this list, because this is who actually booked through the group ID. So if you're not on there, then I think you know what to do to how to get with the dining and all that. So I think we got 53 people signed up, and so that's awesome. So here is what you need to get on the boat, okay? If you have a passport, that's awesome. The thing is, it needs to be valid for at least 6 months after September 29th, okay? 6 months after that. The second way to get on the boat is you can get on with just a driver's license and a birth certificate. But here's the thing. The birth certificate has to be state-certified birth certificate and an original copy. Okay, in other words, it can't be something that somebody made a copy of with a copy machine. Okay, it has to have that seal that you can actually feel and all that stuff. Okay, any questions on that? Y'all good? Okay, you also have to have a credit card or a debit card to get on the boat because they're going to put a hold on your room. So you need that, and you can set that up on the app before you even get there. If you're under the age of 15 or you have somebody that's 15 years or under, they don't have to have a photo ID. They just have to have a birth certificate. Another thing that you need to get on the boat is you need your cruise documents, and here's how those work. You can either print those out, or if you have the app, then it will be available on the app, and you'll just show them when you're checking in on that day before you get on the boat. Let's see. Everybody that hasn't been on a cruise, most of you know this, and I feel like I'm being so redundant, but if you've never been, it is a cashless boat. They do not accept cash, check, IOUs, food stamps, nothing like that on the boat. The only way it works, if you want to buy anything, most things are free, but some things you can buy, and you have a card that they give you that's called your I don't remember what Royal Caribbean calls it. Set sail. Okay, your set sail card, and it opens your room. It works like a hotel key card, but it also allows you to buy. Let's say you want to buy Coke or whatever. Then you can use that in the shops and all that, and that's how you do it on the boat. Okay, it doesn't mean you don't need to bring credit cards, debit cards, or cash because you still need that when you get off the boat at your ports. But on the boat, you need to have a credit card that's linked to your stateroom, and then whatever you charge with that sail card, it will be charged at the end of it to your stateroom. Okay, another thing you need to do to get ready is print your luggage tags. When you're checking in on the app, it will give you luggage tags that you can have printed out. You can get them there, but it's a lot easier if you have them already on there and stapled onto your luggage, and that way when you get there, all they got to do is take it. It makes it so much easier, so print those out. Another thing that Royal Caribbean recommends is that you buy travel insurance, especially if you're older. Travel insurance can really be very important. If you, for any reason, have to be, and we have seen this a few times, people have been med-flighted off of a boat out in the middle of the ocean. The average starting cost is $25,000 for something like that. If you have travel insurance, it covers it. So if you think that's at all likely, it might be something worth looking into. Travel insurance is pretty cheap. And I put a link of one they recommend. I put it on the paper. And then you do need cash for port days. You'll need cash for tipping your shuttle drivers or your taxi drivers. You'll want to tip them. Your porters, which are people, when you get on the boat, people that handle your luggage, all of those, you'll want cash, small bills for that. And for buying stuff in shops at your ports, those kinds of things, you'll want small bills. Don't take hundreds. Take ones, fives, and tens, and maybe a few 20s. Is anybody traveling with a child that is not yours, or a minor? A minor that's not yours. Okay. This is straight from Royal Caribbean, from their website. When a minor that's age 17 and under travels without their legal guardian, an accompanying adult must present a notarized form signed by the child's guardian, and this ensures that the child has the guardian's consent. Of course, it's consent form, but they have an actual form on there. So I wanted to make sure you knew that. So check that out. Make sure you have that ready to go. All right, what to pack? And this is, again, basic stuff, clothing, daytime clothing. You need shorts, T-shirts, shoes, those kinds of things. I would say you might consider, if you're wanting to do some activities on the boat or even off the boat, closed-toe shoes are a lot of times they require it for rock climbing. I don't know what else, just different activities. They require, I don't know what all they got on here, zip lining, just different things that they may have. So bring some closed-toe shoes. Don't just assume flip-flops are going to get you to do everything, because they won't let you do it. There's some things that you require that. So bring that. But just relax. This is your vacation, and so you ain't got to dress up. I'm not going to be dressed up. Okay, you don't dress up. Just chill and act like you're having a good time. In the evening, there's 5 dinners. You don't have to go to the evening meals. You can go to the Windjammer buffet if you want to do that. But in the evening at the what's it called? The main dining room. Thank you. There are 4 casual dining nights. Basically, just wear something casual. People wear all kinds of things. They don't even listen to the dress code. But don't let that be you, right? So is that you? Okay, the formal night, you will see some people wearing tuxedos, and you'll see some people wearing blue jeans with a jacket. So whatever you want to wear, that's up to you. But they do recommend dress slacks, a button-up shirt. You can wear a tie, you can wear a jacket, whatever you want to do. A lot of people dress up to get their pictures done on that night. So just to throw that out there, you need to bring clothes for the evening. Your excursions, again, you need to bring comfortable walking shoes if you're planning on doing any type of thing like that. One thing I've learned is most people always overpack, and they don't wear probably half of what they bring. So you're not going to wear half the stuff you bring. So unless you're just been doing it for a long time, because you just don't. It's just really chill, and it's really relaxing. Okay, any questions so far? I said I'd do questions at the end, but. Okay, yeah, that is true. I remember that. Yeah, so there is ice skating rink on this one, I believe, so you have to wear pants for ice skating. Okay, one of the things I would recommend you to do to bring some stuff, just some really good ideas, is on Amazon, search the word cruise essentials. And it'll pull up all kinds of cool stuff. There's these little hooks that are magnetic that stick on the wall, and you can hang stuff. There's not a lot of places to hang stuff, like hats and all kinds of stuff. So just little things that are cheap. There's things that are recommended, if you bring a power strip, they will take it from you. If you bring an iron, they'll take it from you. What else? You know all that stuff better than me. Steamers, most steamers they'll take. So you need to really look into those things. They'll take them and you won't get them back. So you can do some research on those kinds of things, but they are very, very particular about that. Bring Downy wrinkle release, hang your clothes up in the shower, and let it steam, and that'll take care of almost everything. But if you'll search on Amazon for that word, you'll see all kinds of cool stuff that's really cheap. That may make it more comfortable for you, but don't overpack. Again, Lauren, don't overpack. You don't have a lot of place to store stuff in your cabin, and you're not going to use most stuff. Bring sunscreen. Motion sickness things that you might need, like Dramamine. They also have that on the ship that you can buy, but if you go to guest services, I think they'll give it to you for free as well. I would say bring a small bag of some kind, a small backpack or something for excursions, and even just to carry on the boat. A ship-approved power strip. Again, if you used to, they'd let you bring other stuff and extension cords, but they've gotten really particular, so make sure you can even search that on Amazon, and they'll pull up the right one. A lanyard or a badge holder that keep your badge. They also have armbands that you can wear. I think you have to buy those, right? We bought them last time. They're like $5 or $10, and if you're going to be a repeat cruiser, it's worth it because they can just reuse it, and then you have to keep up with your card, and it's just scan it with your hand. Those kinds of things. Little kids, it's a really good thing because that way they don't lose it. Radios and walkie-talkies, if you want to bring that, that's cool. The app works, but the thing about the app is it doesn't always notify you. That's what we've discovered on every boat, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, all of them. It's like you might send a message and you don't get the notification. It's like the church center. It's like you don't see it a lot of times. So radios and walkie-talkies will work if you want to carry it around on the boat. Okay, any questions before we go on? Given a lot of information. All right, we're going to talk about departing. Okay, that was all prep, getting ready. Now we're going to talk about departing, transportation. So I'm going to pass around a piece of paper that's basically 2 sign-up sheets. One of them is for T-shirts. We're going to have a Cross Point Cruise T-shirt that we're having made, and it's $15. If you want that, then you need to sign up for it because we're not going to buy extra. We're only going to buy what we have signed up for. And then the other thing is if you plan on riding the bus or the van. Now, of course, this is your vacation. We don't expect you to do anything. You do what you want to do. If you want to go down 2 days early, stay 5 days later, whatever you want to do. Okay, this is your vacation. But if you want to ride, this is what that's for. Can you just, I don't have a clipboard, but can you pass it around and just make sure people get it? Okay, and I'm going to explain a little bit about what that means, what the transportation means and all that. So we will take the church van with the trailer and the bus if necessary. So we could potentially take, I don't know, everybody essentially on those 2 things, except for Lauren and her luggage. But we could take like 45 people seriously on those 2 things. So, but I do need you to sign up so that we know who's coming. Space will be limited because we have 53 people, so 45 again would be the max we could take. Also, our luggage would be limited. If you're going to ride that, you need to consider that we can only hold what we can hold in that trailer, which we can hold quite a bit, but still. Anyways, here's the price per person for riding the van or bus. It's going to be $50 a person, and the reason is the fuel and the parking. We have to pay for double parking once we get there because we're going to take up 2 parking spots, and so that's why. Just kind of everybody pitch in and cover that if you want to take the bus or van, $50 a person. And then we are going to be leaving on September the 28th, which is a Sunday. We're going to leave right after Sunday morning church. We're going to go get a quick bite to eat and meet back here at the church at 1:30 and try. Our goal is to leave by 1:45. So we'll basically just load up and head out. Again, if If you're riding, that's for if you're riding the van. And if you want to follow behind us in your car, that's great. But you don't have to. You can go down ahead or whatever you want to do. We'll stop and eat supper along the way. And our plan is to arrive in Houston at 10 o'clock. We're going to be staying at the Holiday Inn Express, which is near Hobby Airport. Can you put up that next? There it is. So here's how we're doing this. If you want to ride the van, then you have to stay at this hotel, okay? And if you don't want to ride the van, but you want to stay at this hotel, it's a good hotel. I've stayed at this one a lot. And the price is for a standard king is $89. For a double is $99. And this is our group rate. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to do that. You don't have to. But if you are riding the van, then we need you to do it here. It's also on your paper. That QR code is on your paper as well. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. You sure can. Yeah, this is your reservation. It's just we just got a group rate is all it is. It's not in my name. It will be in your name. So if you make this reservation, you will pay for it, and it'll be in your name, and you'll be responsible for it. All of those things. So it's just me putting it together for us, kind of thing. Does that make sense? So however you get there, whenever you get there, it's yours. And if you don't get there, then you lose the room essentially. So all right. The next thing is we'll spend the night there at the Holiday Inn. We'll wake up the next morning. They'll have breakfast there, and so we'll probably just get that. We won't go anywhere. We'll wake up the next morning, unless they make us go to that pie company. There's a pie place we always eat at, House of Pies. We might eat that the night before. I don't know, but we'll see, and that'll be optional. But once we get there, it's about a 30-minute drive or so, maybe 45-minute drive to Galveston from that hotel. And so we are going to be parking the church van or bus or both at the Port of Galveston parking. And so I put that on the paper. If you're parking your own vehicle, you can reserve there at theportofgalveston.com. All that information's there. It's about a 5-minute walk, or you can take the shuttle. Make sure you tip the driver. All of that good stuff. If you want to do a different parking lot, that's fine as well. Royal Caribbean is the nicest place to go out of in Galveston. It's so simple compared to Carnival and the others. So it's just going to basically you walk up, you get on the boat. So simple. So here's what happens after we get on the boat on the first day. Okay. Anybody got any questions before we go any further about the hotel, about anything I've talked about so far? Yes, ma'am. You should be okay because your birthday will be 21 by the time you get in. So you'll be all right. Okay? So somebody else got a question before I move on? But are you staying with somebody that's 21? You may not have to be. I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out when we get there. First day. The first day on the boat, I would recommend, and here's what's going to happen for those of you that's never been. Again, before you even get on the boat, you got to go through security and all that good stuff. And before that, they're going to take your luggage from you, okay? So you need to make sure all your travel documents are with you, all your luggage is gone, and they're going to take all the luggage, put it in a big pile of stuff and get it on the boat and then distribute it, and it could be several hours before they get it to your room. So bring a carry-on bag with anything that you need during that time, which would include your travel documents, but maybe medication, maybe a change of clothes. If you want to get, let's say you're going swimming or whatever, bring all of that because it might be 5 o'clock before you get your suitcase back. Most of the time it's not that late, but it could be. Some people, it is that long. Other essentials, anything that you need, okay? When you get there, if you have any valuables, your passport, those things, put them in your safe, okay? Every room has a safe, and you'll be able to lock it in there. And your sell and sign card, the ship card that we was talking about, will be, I believe they put it in an envelope outside the door, and you take it and basically access the room and get in. So you can go straight into your room, like it'll be in an envelope right there. You just take it, open the door, and that's it. It's kind of weird because anybody can go in your room before you get there. Okay, as soon as you get on there, anybody got any questions about that? What time is it? I'm running out of time. Okay, we're doing good. As soon as you get on there, one of the first things we do is called a muster drill. I always say mustard. go to your used to you had to go to a mustard station, and I'm like, where's the ketchup? But yeah, I always make my family embarrassed. But now it's so simple. Now they don't make you go anywhere. Now you can do it from the TV in your room or from the app that you downloaded. Okay, so basically it's just a quick check in before you leave, tells you where to go, all that stuff in case there's any type of emergency. Your CPAS card, again, is your room key. It's your onboard ID. It's your charge card. It's all of that. When it comes to food, and that's what we're going to be doing a lot of, is eating on that cruise. The Bible speaks of two things: fasting and feasting. We're going to be feasting that week. Amen. We can fast 2 weeks afterward to lose weight. But there's places that's free and there's places that cost money. And I want to just share that with you so you don't get on there and get disappointed. The main dining room, which is where we eat at nighttime, you can also eat breakfast there on sea days. Breakfast is free in the main dining room. And then there's something called the Windjammer Buffet. That'll be on, I think, deck 10, maybe deck 11. And that's free. And that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Cafe Promenade, that's coffee, all kinds of sweets and pastries and sandwiches and all kinds of stuff. Sereno's Pizza, it's open late, like 12 o'clock, maybe longer. Some of them are open 24 hours. I don't know. But that's a good place to eat. Room service varies. And from what it said was there was a delivery fee and gratuity fee. But from what my experience was, maybe that was Carnival, that's Carnival charges now. So before you order it, make sure they're not charging. But they are going to charge you a delivery fee and gratuity fee for room service. But you can do room service even if you just want coffee delivered to your room. I think that's free, in the morning time. And then there's another place called the Dog House if you want to eat there. It's a hot dog stand. All that's free. The extra places are specialty restaurants, and they're all listed there. So if you plan on eating there, you can make reservations. You can pay extra to eat there. That's up to you. Drinks, water, coffee, tea, lemonade are all free. Sodas and specialty coffee requires packages. You can get a soda package if you want to, or you can pay per drink if you want to do that. Entertainment. There are Broadway-style shows. That's free. Most of the time, I'll be honest, we walk out of them because of the way people dress, just different things. Sometimes we catch a good one that we don't walk out of. But comedy shows, be careful on those because some of those are 18 and over, which means they're going to say whatever they want to say, and they will say whatever they want to say. There's music, there's trivia, there's parties all the time going on the pool deck. You say bingo? There's all kinds of stuff, yeah. All right, so let's talk about gratuities, okay? Gratuities. On the last night of your stay, you will notice that all of these gratuities have been added per person. On average, I think it's $16 on a 5-day cruise, but it may be a little more than that per person per day. So that's a lot. And so here's the thing. You can adjust those gratuities. You can either call down to guest services and adjust them. You can go down to guest services and adjust them. What we do is we always zero it completely out and tell them we don't want, because I don't trust anybody to give anybody any money. So if I want to give somebody a tip, which are the people that serve us, then we give them cash the last night. And that way we know they're getting it, all that stuff. And then what they do with it from them, that's on them. No fees, no nothing taken out of it. That's how we do it. So you can do that how you want to, but just want you to know that when that gratuity is there, it is optional. Even though they put it there, it is optional. You don't have to do that. Okay? You don't have to do that much. You can do more. And you can do cash only if you want to. Any questions so far? We'll try to be done in the next couple of minutes because, yeah. I think you can. 112. It's either 1 6-pack or 1 12-pack per person in the room. You can look that up and find out for sure because I'm not sure. It might be 1 12-pack per room. I am not sure because we've never done that. So, okay. And we're talking about Cokes just for all you people listening on live stream wondering what we're talking about. All right. Let's talk about just real quick. We're going to meet as a group a couple of different times. One, we're going to dine together every night. Again, that's optional if you want to do something else. But in the main dining room, we're going to be seated together. Oh, goodness, there was a form I needed to fill out for all of us to do that, and I forgot it. I'll print it later, and we'll get it to you, and I'll take care of that. But we got to do that. And then we do have one. Do you remember Jennifer or Jessica, do y'all remember when that meeting was that I had set up? Well, there is. I'll send it out and tell you guys. But there's one day, I believe it's on Wednesday, where we're going to just kind of get together, and I've reserved a meeting room, and we're just going to have just a devotion together. Okay. And that's pretty much it. You know, this is your vacation. You don't have to hang out with us. You don't have to follow us around. If we go do something and you don't want to do it, you're not going to hurt our feelings. You paid the money. You go spend time with your family. That's what we want you to do, okay? And if you decided to port, hey, I don't want to go where pastor's going, that's great. Go do what you want to do because this is your vacation and we want you to have a good time. But we are going to have a couple of opportunities to do some group things. Just so you know, if you want to be part of those things. Two of those things will be group excursions. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But when it comes to excursions, we're going to talk about that. When we get to ports, we've got 2 port days. We're going to Costa Maya and to Cozumel. And here's the main rule. Whatever you do, don't be late. Shelby, did you hear me? I'm playing. Whatever you do, and here's why. They will leave you. They will not call you. They will not wait 15 minutes on you. They won't wait 2 minutes on you. They will leave you. And when you're left there, it's a lot of money to get back. And I don't know. I don't want to find out. So just make sure that you're on the boat at least an hour before time to leave. Because something can happen. You're in an old taxi and it has a flat or whatever. You make sure that don't happen to you. Don't be that one. Because you can look on YouTube and find all kinds of videos of people running for the ship and they don't stop. So day 3, we're going to Costa Maya, and here is what we're doing, and it's optional as a group. If you want to do this, we're going to go to the Mayan ruins and tour that. Now, listen, it is not wheelchair accessible, and there is a little bit of walking involved. So that was just straight off their website. I wanted to share that with you. I normally do not book excursions through Royal Caribbean or any cruise ship because I can travel through TripAdvisor. I just find other ways that's a lot cheaper. But with this particular one, just because of the size of group, $85, we might save $25 or $30 if we didn't do it. But they guarantee when you go through Royal Caribbean that you will get there and get back on time. They will not leave one of their excursions if you go through them. So that's what we're doing. If you want to be part of that, then book your excursion. Book that through the Royal Caribbean app. And right now it's listed at $85, and that's it. Thank you for putting it up, Noah. That's where we'll be going. It's one of the nicer of the Mayan ruins. And then what we'll also do is when we come back, there's shopping, there's different things. And there's a list of other things to do that I wrote down, just of things that we've done or that I've heard people talk about. And you can do your own research if you don't want to go to the Mayan ruins. Do any of those things. Listen to this, though. If you've never been on a cruise, as soon as you get off the boat, everything you see for the first 10 minutes, it's all going to be Americanized. Anything Americanized is going to cost a lot of money. So if you keep walking, the further you go, the cheaper things get. And the further you go, the more you can barter. If somebody, and you'll hear them say this, come see my Mexican junk. I've heard them say that a lot. And then I feel bad, and so then like, how much? $20. And that's a lot for some things. So what I do, again, I will always offer them half. Gabe don't want to sell me a car. I'm a wheeler and dealer. I make them people mad at the car salesman. But I always offer them half. And if they say no, then I just walk away. And 95% of the time they'll stop you and they'll counter offer and close to your offer, if not your offer. So I'm just telling you, bring cash and at least go to half on the first time and then walk away and see what happens. And then if you really want it and they don't give you a counter offer, then go back and buy it and nothing's lost. Okay, any questions on Costa Maya on that? That's the first port. Second port is Cozumel. And we went to this place. You can put this next one up. This is the picture. We went, and there's a lot more to this than what you see, but you can see they swim with dolphins up there. There's zip lining. You zip line over alligators. There's snorkeling. There's all kinds of stuff at this place. So this is the optional group excursion. If you can pronounce that name, go for it. Shakanam. Okay. There's all kinds of stuff. And again, this one we're going to let you book on your own, but make sure you pick the right date. Okay. And if you go to the next one, the reason I'm letting you book on your own is because there's tons of packages. You can get in there for $28. You can take a taxi there for about $10 a person and a taxi back $10. And I'm just estimating. It might be 5. I have done taxis for 5. It just depends on what you negotiate with your taxi cab. But let's say $20 a person round trip for taxi. But that's all of the stuff. So, again, you buy the package you want if you want to go there. And there's more packages that I didn't put on the screen. But if you'll go to that website, you can see all of those. And then there's other things to do at Cozumel. There's a ton of stuff, more stuff to do at Cozumel than at Costa Maya. One thing that we have done, we've been to Paradise Beach many times. You can get in there. I think it's now $15 a person. Mr. Sancho's is all inclusive. There's a Mexican chocolate factory tour. We've done that a couple of times. It's fun. There's downtown shops that if you just want to shop, you can get some really good deals on some stuff. But just remember, whatever you buy, you got to get it back in your car and get it home. Okay? Listen, if you choose to stay on the boat and say, I don't want to get off and go to Costa Maya, or I don't want to go to Cozumel. We've done this a few times because we've been to these places a lot of times. So if you choose to, everything on the boat pretty much is half price and sometimes less. So if you want to get a massage, that's the day to do it. If you want to eat at a specialty restaurant, that's the day to do it, because they're all so cheap because everybody's off the boat and they're just trying to make a sale on the boat. So for everybody that says, you know what, I don't want to walk a mile or 5 miles, maybe you want to do that. So that's another option. Okay. Anybody got any questions? Yes, ma'am. I can't tell you that because I didn't look, but it's pretty much all day. Like, you'll get there in the morning time, you'll wake up and they'll be there. And yeah, it'll be on the app, but it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. It's several hours. It's like 10 hours at least. I mean, it's you got plenty of time to do a lot of stuff. You can do an excursion and still go shopping in a lot of times. So, because a lot of your excursions, like if we go to the beach, we're there for 2 hours and we're ready to go. So, so then you can go do something else. And you can take a taxi from the beach and go and tell them, I want to go shopping, And then once you go shopping, there's taxis everywhere. And you just tell them where you're going. I mean, it's tourists everywhere. You'll see men with machine guns, especially in Cozumel, guarding jewelry stores. So, and the reason is it's security. So thank God it's a very secure place. You don't want to go an hour away, because there are things at Cozumel that happens if you go outside of the city. So stay in the city. Okay, who else raised their hand? Okay, we don't need that then. All right, disembarkation day. Let's talk about that. You want to pack your luggage up the night before, everything except for what you're going to carry out, medication, all your documents. Again, to get off the boat, you need the same documents to get off the boat. It's harder to get off the boat than it is to get on the boat. So make sure you have all of that. Bring an overnight bag for your last night at sea. Your staff's you're gonna take your luggage, put it all outside essentially, and they're gonna come by and collect it, take it downstairs. So you keep what you need for the next morning, and that's it. Have your customs form filled out, your ID, your ship card ready, all that stuff. Don't pack it. They'll serve breakfast. It'll be crowded the longer you wait. So get up early, hit breakfast. They'll serve breakfast, and then we'll get off the boat. If you're riding the bus or van, we're going to get off as fast as we can and head out as early as possible. So make sure you account, for if you're riding the bus or van, we'll stop and probably get a meal on the way home, because it is a 7 or 8 hour drive. Some other information, just real quickly. I actually did this today. If you want to, let's say you have an interior room, you could go on right now and submit a bid for an ocean view or a balcony view. I think I submitted a bid today for, I think it was $160. And that's per person. So you need to understand, if they accept your bid to upgrade your room to whatever it is, if there's 3 people in your room, it's 160 times 3. Okay. So, but you can get some good deal. We've got some really good upgrades for very cheap. So that is an option. If they have a room, they want to sell it and they want to get more money out of it. So that's something you can do right now. Just Google, figure that out. You can just search it online and you'll figure out how to upgrade your room. Wi-Fi is available on the ship. If you want to buy the Wi-Fi, you'll be able to access the ship app. But to be able to use Wi-Fi, you need to pay for the package. It's called Voom. You can pay for it in advance, and I believe it's cheaper. Also, if you want to make a phone call when you get to Mexico, you might check with some of your carriers. You may already have Mexico calling. So check with that. And also, there's also cellular at sea that you can do packages with your carrier that way. So you might want to do that instead of buying the Wi-Fi. That's an option as well. If you need handicap accessible room, then you need to go ahead and call Royal Caribbean. If you need wheelchairs for embarkation or debarkation, then you need to let Royal Caribbean know that as well. I would go ahead and plan on notifying the bank or your credit card company that you're planning on using that, hey, I'm going to be traveling out of the country, and tell them where you're going so that they don't lock up your card when you try to swap it. Did everybody get the cruise T-shirts form filled out and all that? We need to get that. Okay, we're still passing that, so make sure to get that. If you buy a T-shirt, let's plan to wear that shirt on Monday. Monday when we get on board the ship. Okay, now, anybody got any questions? I went through everything that's on my list. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you pay for it. Yeah. Everybody hear that? There's an ironing room that you can iron your stuff. They don't have a laundry room, but they do have a laundry service that you pay for. Okay, so you can utilize those if you want to. Anybody else got a question? Yes, ma'am. Say that again. No, not on ours. It's just 2 days. Yeah, so you'll have the first day will be a sea day. I guess the first 2 days, the day we get on, and then one more sea day, and then we'll go to Costa Maya, straight to Cozumel the next day, and then another sea day coming back home. Then we get off. Yes, ma'am. I think so. Yeah. I don't know about cellular at sea, though. You'd have to just check in and see whether it is. Anybody got any questions? Yeah. It's faster for sure. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Questions? Yes, ma'am. Yep. I wouldn't, but they have hangers and they have a closet, so you won't need all that. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? All right. If y'all have a question, make sure you get download the app. Make sure you join the communications things that we